live, man, with another episode. Damn, it's good podcasting, man.
Sure.
How y'all doing? This is going to be a special episode dedicated to a couple of our friends that's going through things and people that you even know that's going through things, man. And this situation can be tough, man. It can be tough things, you know. We're gonna call this one lower your expectations and believing in yourself.
Yep, that's right.
Definitely, because we've been getting and be seeing a lot of things that, you know, that we personally had experiences with ourselves, and it took, he seen my experience and I seen his experience. So this is to all the men out there that's going through these things, man. And sometimes it's fucked up because people always think the females is going through shit. They don't actually think about the men that's going through these problems, because unfortunately
they're not the only ones who qualify to be a victim.
Right.
You know what I mean? Anybody can be a victim of any circumstance. You know what I mean? They're not the only victims or people getting their feelings hurt or affected.
Yeah. And that's what it's all about. Like, it's just like, I think a lot of times, you know, people look at back in the day, like me and bro was talking about, that the men in our parents' generations was doing this fucked up shit. Yeah. Nowadays, it's flipped. It flipped to the females. You see what I'm saying? So what we saying is, guys, man, when you're going out here and you expecting these certain things for these females, man, don't do that, man. Believe in yourself. People gonna show you who they are, man. People show you who their colors is. Yeah. You have to look at them and see. You know what I mean? You got to study a person, man. Yeah. And we see a lot of these guys going all in because they got good hearts.
Yeah. And to jump on like that, it's like we in the last couple of weeks, you know, I was telling bro, like, you know, we see murders of guys killing their ex, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I believe Caucasian male, 15, and y'all can go look this up to verify. He killed his girlfriend and like hid the body, and then right himself because he got on like social media and literally put on there, has anybody, I think the girl name was Kylie or some shit like that, and he was like, has anybody seen Kylie? And he took a selfie of himself. Then the fans ended up getting on his trail because they was like, this nigga just happened to throw himself in the mix by saying that. Long as then there was another case, I think it was an African-American situation, a couple, same type of situation. I don't know if it was a baby mother, it was a baby mother now, or something like that, but he killed his girlfriend, suicides, etc. But the reason why I bring that up is because, you know, I think I get a sense of, you know, when we talk about these expectations, you know what I mean? Like we look at our moms.
Right.
That's natural. You know, God looks at his mother to look for the woman. You know, that's basic psychology. So whatever he sees in his mom is what he's going to look for in a woman. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, similarities, behavior, you know. So I think that's the starting point I do want to go at first. Is like we have to actually stop that. Because it's a natural thing in us, but now we got to actually stop it because it's working against us. Mm-hmm. You're not in the same playing field. And I'll tell you another one. That's how you know, because most time when you talk to your mother and you talk to her about these things, it seems so strange to them. You're like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? So it's like, you can get from their reaction that, what, like, you know, I wasn't thinking like this, you know, when I was 20 type of thing. So that lets you know right there. That alone should let you know. Your own mother's looking at you like, they doing that? Like, wow, I wasn't thinking like, boom, that's the first joint right there, that none of these girls are gonna be like your mom. Just off of that alone. So that's why I want to start with this, that we have to really start adjusting the way we seek women, the way we perceive them to be our wife to be, or mother to child, is that naturally looking for your mother in this woman or some type of similarity, and you're probably not going to find it. Like,
you know,
You know, like
Yeah, you know what? That's true, bro. Like I agree with you on that because like when you say you actually looking for your mother and to these with you know, we all have our moms. Like most men, we have our moms. You know what I mean? That's a strong point in our lives is our mother.
right.
But how many of these females have fathers?
Oh yeah, I was. I mean, I was.
That's what that's the whole point about that. Like how many of these females have like a father all every day in their ear, coaching them and
Right.
showing them the right ways and teaching them, loving them.
Yeah, I was about to say. You know, I was thinking about
Yeah.
back in my mind what I was saying is like, so same thing. If in most situations, if most girls haven't had the opportunity to be influenced by their father, it's like they don't even know what to look for. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then that's when we have the social influx going on where, you know, you have the media telling them what their parents should be. Their role models and influences telling them what a man should be. And I hate to bring this up, but you know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to be disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just say this in a light way. If you look at what Nicki Minaj did,
Right. I was just about to say that. Go ahead.
that's a perfect example of what I'm saying. And I ain't got to go into depth because I ain't trying to disrespect. That's
Yeah. No. It's but it's all entertainment. It's all entertainment in her perspective. It's all entertainment, and she got a job. She's doing her job.
And so when you look at that, and it was funny because one day I was thinking about like on that Queen album, I remember she said this song in one of those songs, she had a bar and it was like, y'all bitches need to stop fucking unless a nigga got like a 600 bands. And I was like,
Right.
It was like, you know, I was like, damn, okay, like Nicki trying to tell, because I liked it. I was like, yo, Nicki trying to tell girls, stop sleeping with any old busybody nigga, like stop fucking with dirtbags. Like at least if you're going to sleep with somebody, make these niggas accountable and responsible. Let them have some type of leverage and like let them have something going on that is actually worth entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
She turned around and did what she did as far as marrying this guy, stuff like that. And it just kind of was like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Yeah.
It's one thing, but you did something else.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the breadwinner in their relationship, as we all fucking know, right?
Oh, right.
So, you know, again, no disrespect or no slang, but that's what I'm also trying to say is that do they even know what they want? Because that's just counterintuitive. It's
Right.
one thing, but you're doing the other. So what guys got to realize is that like we are very simple creatures. So it's either we want, you know, no relationship, no kids, and just sex, or you have the other extreme, which is guys that want some type of successful situation or household. So it's either one or the other, where, like I said, women play this tweener type of thing.
Right.
And I'm still in between. I want to play a little bit of both. Where if you notice, they all will say, well, I want to be married one day. I mean, do we not hear that? Okay, so it kind of goes back to that time when you was like, I blame Walt Disney. Movie. I thought that was a big part of it too.
Me too, yeah, because all of them believe that, you know, you're supposed to have a happy fairy tale ending. And it don't work that way. That's not real life. You know, these things was created for you to escape real life, to give you a dream of it, an idea. Not this is actually what it is. You know what I mean?
Whole thing that the motherfucking prince is coming to rescue you.
Yeah, exactly.
Be happily ever after. And so that's why I said again that us guys, our expectations of having a woman that is centered around values, centered around family, centered around those things, we can't have that. We can't have these expectations of loyalty, dignity. Just like when me and bro was talking about earlier, how two men can sit down and talk this situation out,
right?
Come to peace, or they can start a war. Women can't do that.
No. They're not even gonna listen to it. They're not gonna listen to reason. Like we all know, like when when we argue normally with females, like just like with your mom, you know what I mean? Think about it. With your mom, it's always like you talk to her, she not want. I don't want to hear what I say. Shut up. Be quiet. You know what I mean? That's the truth.
That's kind of dealing with because
and that's the thing. Or it's just like, you know what I mean? They don't want to hear your side of it. It's always to that point where, man, go to your room. I don't even want to hear. Go to your room. You see what I'm saying?
No, I agree.
Like that's what it is, and it's just like or when you arguing with your girl, they over talk you. So it's to the point where it's just like, man, fuck it, I give up. You're not listening to what I'm saying. Yeah. You're not. Everything is going out of one ear or the other. Matter of fact, I don't even think you're receiving it. I think it's just like, nigga, it's like baseball. You hitting home runs with that shit. Get that shit the fuck up out of here. Like, you know what I mean? And it's just like it's you can't communicate because they don't want to communicate. It's like one of those things. It's just like it's my way or the highway.
One side.
It's my way or the highway. Yeah, you know what I mean? And that's what I noticed. It's just like, just like like love a mother to death. If it's like one of those things where I remember she'd be like, well, I tell her something don't make, to this day she's like that. If it don't make sense, I like, Mom, like, hey, look, I don't think that shit make a little sense. Well, this is how I'm doing it. That's just what it is. Right. And it's really hard.
Well, like I said, we gotta look at it from the perspective of, like I said, we're not right in a space where women want to reason, negotiate, cooperate.
Right.
Right. So, like I said, men amongst another men can do that.
Right. Right.
That's how we're made up.
Right.
It's like I said, it's a sharp line. It's either we're going to go to war or we're gonna have peace. Like, it's real cut and dry with men. If I don't like something you say, we can't talk that shit out. It's on. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why that's there. That's a part of the masculinity. It's complex, but that's why I said another thing with expectations. Men have to start understanding that world doesn't exist for them.
Right.
It doesn't exist. They don't have to respect anything you're saying. It's not about the code or some type of morals or principles on behavior. And that's why, like when me and bro was talking about how, and I think a lot of men will resonate with this topic, is that it's so simple and easy for a woman to just pack up and leave.
Leave, right?
Why is that? Why is it a thought of, well, I'm breaking the house, or let's sit down and talk about it, so same fucking page.
Right, but here's the thing. But if we do that shit, we're deadbeat. Right. We left our family. We left high and dry.
Yeah, you're right. That's the other extreme. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's extreme, and then it's just like, women don't, like, they can't accept like a struggle. It seems like sometimes, like they can't accept the struggle. Like a lot of these women, and I'm gonna tell you, it's probably like 90% nowadays. You go through something, you lose your job if you want to, motherfucker, and you can't pay that motherfucking rent.
Really?
And y'all on y'all verge getting kicked the fuck out. Trying to tell you, bro. Trying to tell you.
I agree with you. I mean, we both been there.
Trying to tell you, you're gonna see a side that you never knew this girl had, man.
Yeah, and that's why
it's all. My father always used to tell me this shit. He said it's all fun and games until them bills got to be paid.
But see, the thing is, like, it's like this is more the reason why we in this space. We want to also and try to encourage men to get yourself into a situation that is solid. Secure yourself first. Investments, assets,
all types of shit.
It's an income or a good job or business, something, because realistically, being as though women are operating with that, you pretty much can take no L. Because then it's just, it's the opportunity, like finances, become a whole nother situation,
Right.
And I know personally from knowing somebody close to me where, it's a married couple and, their wife has a certain standard on the type of home she wants.
Right.
This never was really in an issue as far as their relationship beforehand, and to see two people trying to do two different things for a household is actually interesting, because as the man, it's just a matter of going from renting to owning, from renting to owning. It's something affordable that may need some work, but the wife wants a brand new place, really big, really expensive. So that's what I'm trying to say is, here we go with, it's already going to be a new conflict or opportunity for a conflict, or conflict of interest. Start to want to go somewhere else or be with somebody else because she can't have that house. See what I'm saying? So,
or you know what I mean, you can get this situation where it wasn't smart, like my man wife wanted a Range Rover. And you know what I mean, he knew a Range Rover expenses cost, they couldn't afford one.
Right.
But she talked him into buying that Range Rover. That's what the fuck he did.
Saying now again, is this an advantage for the family? These are questions. Is it advantageous for the kid? To the household? Nope. She wants it. That's what she wants. You feel what
right? That's what it is. As men, like we was talking about this, me and brother was talking about this today, that the reason why we don't do a lot of the things because we think futurized, like a lot of things like going on these trips, buying these expensive cars, buying these fucking $500,000 houses that for some reason you females want, and we don't have all these people to put in there. Like, we don't need no $500,000 with 3 people.
And not only that,
and it's just like,
again, when the dream house to show to your friends and relatives.
Oh, that's all it's about. It's a show. It's a show.
To make an impression is like, again, is that for the family? Is that beneficial to the house? No. All of that is just feelings and much feelings. And so that's what I mean about, we're also in this argo space of that, where men are trying to think about the future and trying to build. That's what we do. And so,
but the funny thing is, we have to talk about what, for some reason, why do females want? They don't think about the futurize of things. They want things now. I want to be in this, doing this now. I want to be.
That's already given, and that's psychological. Men are hunters. We're survivors. We're providers. We're always constantly thinking about survival,
right,
of our children, of our family, of our household, of ourselves every day. And so women do not think like that.
Right.
That's how they made up. That's for eons.
Right.
It's come into effect. So that's the whole thing. That'll never change. The difference is that, that's why I said back at one point, the women were all about the household.
The house.
So when certain things will happen, they weren't going to pack up and leave because of the
right.
children. So the family want to push themselves into a financial crunch because of the children in the household. They weren't going to want to eat and go out on these trips because of the children in the household. See, everything went back to, and again, if you look to primitive early state, that because women were what? Nurturers of the tribe. So
Right.
their job was to make sure the kids were cultivated, properly taken care of, fed, and all of that. So they took care of the household while the men went to hunt. So that's what I'm saying. They would never let anything affect the household, the children, the nurturing.
Mhm.
So now we're not dealing with that type of woman now. It's no concern for the household. It's it's about me, what I want, and then subject the child to that.
Right.
Whatever I want, that's what it is, and that's that. Whatever I want, y'all have to deal with it.
Mhm.
So that's why I just said, when you talk about the Range Rover situation and the situation I just talked about, so I asked those 3 questions. Is it conducive to the household? To that?
It's not, because it's conducive to her friends. It's conducive to social media. It's conducive to
Mainly to themselves.
her idea of how she's supposed to live.
But mainly to herself. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Her idea of how she thinks she's supposed to live. Like, why do you need a Range Rover when, you know what I mean? A Range Rover shit, almost $100,000 a 2021.
Yeah, you want to say $100,000?
Yeah, almost $100,000. It's $100,000. When you sit up there like shorty, I don't mean it. I'm not gonna put her business out there. I'm not gonna, because I already know. And it's just like, but it's just like, your husband is doing well, and you ain't really making as much money. You probably make $27,000 a year, 28, and you putting all this stress on my man here to work, and he's already doing fucking 15, 20 hours of overtime a week trying to uphold your life that you're living.
Well, see,
this is what I'm talking about.
Well,
this is what I'm saying. Like, you know what I mean? So you gonna put more stress on him.
Well, see,
to give you a Range Rover?
But see, then that's when we walk into the whole thing of like compromise, where women aren't willing to compromise.
No.
We compromise so it don't cause no rupture in the household. Like, just like if that went left and he said, oh, that's gonna jeopardize the marriage, jeopardize the kids. That's going to, so a man's going to be like, okay, let me just do this shit because I'm not going to hit the end of it, right? And he did that. So also it's that where like we have to start having a better expectation on compromise. This cooperation compromise. You might say lower your expectations, bro. It's not gonna happen. They're not gonna compromise. You're gonna have to do most of the compromising.
Right.
Or unless you want a divorce.
Yeah.
And I think that's a lot of men end up in these situations as well, like married men. They get tired of compromising. You know what I'm saying? And it just becomes like pretty much a one-sided situation.
Right.
You're working, doing shit, you want to do all this wild shit. And it's a lot of females out there that are, putting in good money and making good money. And if you can do that together, then that's cool. But we as humans got to start really honestly talking about like what's conducive to the household. What's beneficial for the children in the long haul.
Yeah, and that's what it's about, man. It's what I be trying to tell you. I want to know how Will and Jaden and everything do everything, because they think in the long term these motherfuckers be set forever, man. And that's,
I'm gonna be honest, I gotta stop you there too. We can't do that no more neither. We can't do that, and because that's another problem. This thing about talking about celebrity couples, stop. That's another annoyance to me, is that when we look at Beyonce and Jay-Z, we look at Jada, why are we even doing that when they don't live in this world with you? They're not concerned about the household.
No, what I'm is talking about like building a brand. Everybody should have that mindset.
I'm saying is I gotta stop you because again, we're talking about something like they're in 2 different dynamics.
Oh, of course.
Can't do
Of
it.
course,
We can't
definitely.
that's part of the problem. It's part of the problem. Like that's part of the problem because we're trying to apply an influence that don't apply to common people. Like, dog, we're talking about a middle class family situation. And if you're not, balling crazy, because most of balling crazy men want to stay single anyway. They don't want to have children.
That's sure. Exactly.
We realize any millionaires being them niggas don't want kids in no family. They don't want.
No.
They don't want.
They gonna fuck who they want to fuck and do what the fuck they want to do.
And to keep it all the way 100, what millionaire chick do you know or billionaire chick want to do? Nobody. So.
Nah, we already seen it. What's the longest relationship that we seen without a marriage? I'm gonna let you think about it.
I'm just
No, I'm serious. No. Think about it for a second.
I'm specifically saying we do not know any 6-7 figure people are dying in a relationship because they don't want to risk nothing.
Yeah, but listen to like no, you're right about that, and you just put a whole good key fact into this shit. What is the longest relationship without a marriage? And this is in the celebrity world. But what is do you remember?
I mean,
we was talking about this before.
Nah, I mean, I don't know.
Oprah and Stedman. She will never marry that nigga.
I'm just saying though, but
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I mean? It's funny that you just said that.
If again, that's a different situation because the history on that is obvious too, and that's why I don't want to dabble in celebrities because we could go all day into this about look at this group or look at that person, look at that, look how again these people are not in the middle class family who is trying to raise a family, bring kids, put them in school. That doesn't exist for them because most of that stuff is covered, right, my G. That's why we can't dabble in that, because most of their economical situation is good. Most of them have trouble staying together. That, you understand what I'm saying? It's like, then economics wise, everything pretty much taken down. In that light, like I take for instance, niggas like Shaq or Jordan who had like marriages, got divorced, had multiple. Keep doing this. So that's another reason why I'm like, you can't do that no more. It's Black people and Black families. We gotta stop doing that because we're allowing ourselves to try to portray something we're seeing that not apply to the average family and couple household. It doesn't apply. Because at the end of the day, them people can separate or stay together. Their kids gonna be fine. I'm talking about how we have all the problems between the divorcing, the problems between making sure that y'all do have kids and have them secure, they have money set aside for them to go to school so our kids can stop taking out student loans, making sure you have a secure and safe neighborhood and household for them to grow up in so they don't get into gang violence or problems. They're not dealing with that. That's out there. All that shit don't even apply to them. You feel what I'm saying? Their kids ain't growing up in Section 8. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why it's not ever gonna work that way. When you have these girls, and this is what I was talking about earlier, when you have these girls talking about Beyonce this, Beyonce that, Jay-Z this, Jay-Z that, they're not even taking into account you slept with a guy that was from Section 8. You living in Section 8 now because you got a kid now. He couldn't ever do anything to be like no Jay-Z. And that's a 1 in a billion chance. That dude is not in every dude. So again, how we can't look at that. Women can't look at her and say, I want something like that. Then you have to do everything that came with that. You have to be a celebrity yourself, a performer yourself. Beyonce had her own money. Jay-Z had his own money. They chose to come together. And like we were talking about earlier, a lot of people don't know they went through separation before they had kids, before the cheating thing happened. They wasn't even talking for a minute. You understand what I'm saying? When you look at Lauren London and Nip, Lauren London didn't have to entertain Nip. She seen Nip do his own thing, build his own shit up. They came together. They complimented each other. So that's what we're not doing that. We're not doing that. There's some couples out there that may have two good careers, they come together, have a family, but they're still in the space of living in a safe community, having children that are strongly educated, not going to these shitty schools that are number 55 on the top 10 schools in the state. But, you know, they're not. We got to deal with that, and that's why I said they're not in that same struggle at all. Their children are homeschooled. They go on tour with them. You feel what I'm saying? Like that. That's why it's just like insanity when we do that. Like how can we fucking ever think like that, man? That's the sad part. And use them as examples to follow. That is the best examples you got is your elders, or you know, your like people around you that are on the same level as you, because they can give you everything that they really went through. Your mother and father, you feel me? They're gonna tell you what they really went through and what did or did not. I don't like the way he did this. I don't like if your father wasn't doing that, if your mother wasn't doing it. That's the real part. But when we talk about them, we gotta account for the fact that 90% of financial is not an issue, and most our situations end up not working because of money. So we can't do that. That they have a choice to be together or not. That's a choice. Look at Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. They keep fucking each other on and on. They got choice, bro. Already got five fucking condos and 6 yachts. I don't gotta be with you for
they motherfuckers, children, adopted children, and all types of shit. Like them motherfuckers are different. That's this whole we didn't even talk about. These niggas got African children and all types of shit. It's all a publicity thing with their ass.
I'll quote from Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki, and his wife. His wife specifically said herself, "I didn't need him. I desperately wanted him, but I didn't need him." When I heard her say that, I was like, "Yeah." Again, you got influenced her before they really got together. He got her to get on the right track. She started investing on her own, quit her job, took a retirement stuff. Started investing, got on the same level as him. Then they got married. Then they became like a house, like their own thing. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like them people on that level, it's a straight out choice of who they could just choose to select. You feel what I'm saying? Like they could just, you know what I mean? But when you're talking about common people, household, they got kids and married, they're trying to figure this shit out. They're trying to secure their kids, trying to secure their household, survival. It just don't apply, bro.
Yeah.
And we all have to just stop because and that's why I think it's also kind of on their end, like they need to stop trying to, and I don't know, maybe they don't try to, and it's just the media, but I don't even think they should be trying to advise people. Or again, because as I said, maybe just us idolizing them. Because I've never heard them say the company should do this. You know what I mean? We just sit there and say, like person, like that person, look at them. Man, that's an illusion, dog. That's an illusion. It's a fucking illusion.
Right.
It really is. I'm sorry. I gotta be genuine about that. I mean, like I said, every motherfucking body in the Jay-Z, everybody in the Beyonce, everybody in the Will, and everybody in the Jada fam. So it's no way we could try to put people in that space to say, look at them and look how they do stuff. You should do that. Period.
Yeah.
I think it's just more about, like I said, we have to deal with the average people and the average you're gonna go through. You know what I'm saying? And that's
man. They do live a separate world. What I was saying is, man, they do live a separate world than what we do is. But the thing is, though, I just respect how certain people is just trying to build for the future. You know what I mean? I look at the fact that they try to, like, you know what I mean? They ain't risking anything to fuck up nothing for the future. You know what I mean? So You know what I mean? Me personally, man, like if I'm ever blessed, I was just talking to my mother about this, so she'd be like, "Daryl, like, we gonna get back out there. We gonna do." I'm just in comfort with myself. I'm in comfort with just being by myself and doing the things that I like to do. I like to fish, as y'all can see. Y'all see me cut some fish. Uh, yeah, I know I like to drink because y'all see me drinking on this motherfucking joint. I like to spend love to spend time with my girls and making them happy.
Right.
Making them happy, doing things with them, just seeing them grow, talking to my daughters, man, and just experiencing them just being kids. You see what I'm saying? Like, because I'm pretty sure when they teenagers, I ain't gonna like their asses. But just experiencing the younger years. And what I'm doing for the first time in my life, bro. First time in my life after all these years, I'm not worried about my family. I'm not worried about females. I'm not worried about nothing else than that. I'm just worried about Daryl fucking Campbell, bro. And that's what I've been trying to be. That's what I'm be saying, man. You know, take care of yourself, man. I'm trying to tell you, man, it feels so good because it's just like you're not worried about nothing else, bro. You're not worried about anything. You're not worried about these females or what they doing, man. And I look at some of y'all niggas, dog, like that I love, I love. I rip my heart out for y'all because y'all rip your heart out for me sometimes, bro. Like you, Malcolm, you know what I mean? My man Scotty and a couple other people, man. And you know, you know what I mean? Y'all got me through some tough times, some very, very tough times, all y'all. And I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, you know what I mean? But what I'm saying is, I had to realize that I had to get myself out of these tough times too. I couldn't keep relying on y'all niggas, bro.
Right.
And that's called self-love and getting yourself together, man, because that's just what it's all about, man.
Yeah. I mean, no question. I mean, like, and that's another thing. Like, you know, this episode, you know, I just want to encourage guys to, you know, we really just gotta some things, you know, I know ain't fully rational or possible, but I just want to throw the idea out there, I guess, that I came up with as far as the theory, and it was pretty much that like I said, man, until black men start really like coming together,
Right?
stop killing each other. I know
All right.
it's hard to do sometimes.
That's what we do all the time.
You know, until we get to that level,
Yeah.
you know, where we really respect each other and try to build with each other more and get more established and become more business acquainted. Our women aren't going to change.
Yeah, they're not.
They're not going to change because yeah, at this point, like I said, we're not building with each other. And going a little bit into what you were talking about, you know, we spend a lot of our peers spend a lot of time indulging in women for ego reasons.
No, it's not even that. It's just like it's ego reasons, but it's just for them because it gives them something to do. Why do you need to like entertain women to give you something to do? You can't focus on learning a craft, a new hobby.
That's ego, bro. That's what that is. Your ego. You need your ego stroke.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, no, yeah.
That's what it is, bro. Because think about it. Outside of sex, it's your ego. Mm-hmm. Most of the guys we know, they do it to make themselves feel bigger than they are. And they're not doing anything. Because otherwise, that's what I'm trying to explain to you. If I was in the hood, like I was, when I was holding it down on my own, I didn't have nobody to call. And I didn't have a regard for no woman because I knew why. I was on my own, bro. When no nigga gonna feed me, when no bra gonna feed me. So that's what I'm tell you. The only reason why I would even had a bra to make myself feel better make myself feel bigger than I am, because when I look at other successful men, I can't find myself in them. I can't find the confidence they have. So I have to find it somewhere else. That's a whole mental thing. I'm admitting as a man. I know that. I'm not telling you what I think, I'm telling you what I felt. You riding in your girl car, passenger seat. You see another nigga in this car, in this truck, and you know you don't have a car.
Well, you don't have a car, bro. You rely on them.
Feel better is the fact she's sitting there driving you around.
Right.
So that's what I'm trying to say, is that at the end of the day, niggas have to set their ego to the side and be men. Be a man. Fuck your ego. That's some child shit. Fuck all of that. Your self-esteem. Make your self-esteem feel better. I mean, let's be real. The guys that we know that do this, do they not put thousands of pictures of themselves on social media to expose themselves, come on in with no clothes on, all this stuff? Niggas that are touching money on their grind, do they have time to do this?
No, fuck no.
So that's because their ego is based off of what they're doing, what they're doing, got. And again, from personal experience, I remember a chick told me, I ain't gonna put her name on it, she told me at one time when I couldn't get my following to get better, go up. And she told me, well, it's because you're not showing enough of your body. If you show more of your body, the bitches will be on you, you will have a bigger following. She told me that, son. That came from a chick that was dead.
So, you know what's so funny?
Showing you that business-wise.
Yeah, that's what they do. That's
I don't have to think like that business-wise. So it didn't. Me. It makes sense to me because I'm thinking from a business perspective. If I was a guy who needed something to kick my self-esteem up, make myself feel better at the end of the day, to make up for what I didn't have going on, I would have did it. Instead of figuring out another way. Why I gotta do, let me figure out another way, business-wise. Maybe it's some other things I can do.
Right.
So I'm just showing you that for me, I don't need my ego to be the leading cause, because I know I have other things that are going on that make me feel better about myself.
Yeah.
But if you don't have nothing going for yourself, only thing that will make you feel good, let's keep it real. The warmth, the pussy, the head. Come on. You acting like you don't know. How, like you think a nigga not getting top.
Yes.
Nah, because if you want me to go into the shit, I'm gonna go in. You think a nigga don't feel better when he getting top and that nigga's at home with moms and he don't got a car? That nigga think I ain't got shit. I ain't got shit. Damn, I must be the last motherfucker in town. I get bitches. Who's keeping it a stop with you?
These bitches don't care.
But it's not about that. I'm just saying, because we talking about the homes and how you can get caught up in that. That'll have you at your mom.
Yeah, they do get caught up in it. But if they're not caring, then you're not gonna get caught up.
I'm saying to you, that'll have you at your mom's house for the rest of your life. And I know some niggas like that.
And some people are cool. That's what I'm trying to tell. We know niggas like, bruh. We know niggas like this. We know they are like close to us. We know niggas like that.
But what does that mean?
Yeah.
They're more concerned with their ego.
Yeah.
They're having it. Having it stroked.
Yeah.
By a woman so they can make themselves feel bigger than they are, fam.
Right.
I'm just being real with you. All the guys I look up to that got money and they millionaires in business, they don't care. Man. They don't even care. They could be that saggy chick. Look at Jay-Z. That motherfucker walk around with a gut. You feel me? BB trying to say, go do this fucking yoga. Man, the tits, the nigga got the man tits and everything. So that conveys to you again that nigga's not concerned. Because he know that bag is official. So nigga, you could talk about me looking all tight. I don't give a fuck. So I'm just saying, look at the guy. Like, you just like I'm gonna tell you another good example. When motherfuckers clown KD head, talking about beady head.
Oh yeah.
I don't give a fuck, bro. He fuck.
Yeah.
That's my man. Like,
I
you
was
don't
laughing like,
fuck out of here. I don't care. Fucking your
that
bitch.
was funny as shit.
But
Because like,
I'm saying to you though, motherfucking, he know I'm fucking your bitch.
right.
So what? So nigga, I'm just telling you, niggas get fresh fly, the freshest shit fly. It could be at mom's house, cause you know why? Some girl willing to give him the ass or give him the head. And I'm not saying you wrong about that. I'm just saying to you that it's a dangerous thing for the homies
Right.
to indulge in that because it's fucking you up. It's fucking you up. It's fucking your discipline up. It's fucking your perception up.
Yeah.
Because we already know motherfuckers gonna do what they gonna do. We adults. But I'm just saying to you, you gonna think you the same thing as Floyd because he got 10 bitches because you got 10 bitches, but they don't live all in your house, but you hit the ass and get that neck and all that shit from.
Right.
Floyd's still gonna be a billionaire. You not. You're gonna be at home with your mom. So, man, I have to start really thinking about this stuff. Let your ego go. You feel me? Work on yourself, build yourself up so you can really have something to be proud of, so you can walk with confidence, so you don't need to feel like that's like some other alternative way to fill that void so then you can be content.
Right.
At where you are. Like, that's what we seeing, bro. That's what we seeing. I'm just telling you what we seeing. If we're gonna talk about it, we gotta talk about this shit for real.
Nah, we've been seeing it for years, man. And we gotta have to break this up, man. This is a part 1, part 2, because I think how many minutes we in this motherfucker?
We've probably been up like 40 minutes.
Oh, we in 40 minutes?
Yeah, something like that. Probably like 40 minutes.
Can't be.
We ain't been on here that long, man.
I thought we was in this motherfucker for a minute because I just, you know what I mean? We're gonna break this shit into 2 parts because it's just like, it's crazy because it's just like, it's so much to talk. We can break this bitch in 30.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I say, so many levels. You know what I mean? It's levels.
So many levels. How about this? We do this is the first level up. Yeah, I love it.
I'm just saying, like, because we gotta have a cap on everything, you know what I'm saying? There's gotta be some type of more to the story. So I'm just saying.
It is a more. It's gonna be that more at the end, trust me. It's definitely a more at the end. Niggas might have to give a story. You know, now niggas might have to give a story at this point.
I ain't letting no treasures out the treasure chest.
I'm talking about not the story that, you know, me and you are drastically damaged by, but yeah, you know what I mean? But you know, we might have to give a little something, not about that situation.
We already doing subliminals, just talking about people because I don't want to blow nobody people out there and blast their shit out there. Like, but I'm just saying,
I don't want to blast nobody either, bro. I'm just talking about far as like, you know what I mean? I got a couple of situations as me, like being younger and the times where, like, you know what I mean, where I understood that, oh shit, maybe D-Cam might need to like say, fuck this shit.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
Before Kenzie and Kaylin was ever born.
Stop.
This before Kenzie and Kaylin was ever born. Like, fuck this shit.
Listen, do you got a rewind button on life? Because I don't. So
no, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't. You know damn well I don't regret that, but I regret people I meet.
Are you saying that you're gonna pull a fucking rewind time episode? Because that's what you're saying right now. If I can rewind,
I'm not putting no rewind time in my.
Right.
You know, Kenzie called me quick, be like, "Daddy, you want a rewind time?" Fuck no, not rewind time.
Have you ever seen the movie Click? I know Adam's saying, man, you ever seen the movie Click?
Hell yeah, that's my shit.
All right, then. So we're not doing that.
But we seen when he was rewinding time what happened to him, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we already seen that. yeah, we already seen that. Yeah.
Like, probably be unhappy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
yeah.
I'm just saying.
No, don't get me wrong. I appreciate the things that I've been through because I would never be where I am. But I'm not even talking about in the lines of Kenzie or anybody dealing with Kenzie or anybody or Kaylin or anything like that. I'm talking about the people that I met beforehand. You see what I'm saying?
We can't like. So you want to do the chronological order of your sex life on the show?
No, I'm not doing a chronicle order on the sex life from the show. But what I'm saying is things I would have did a little differently. You see what I'm saying? Not like, you know what I mean? Not like those, nothing dealing with sex, nothing dealing with that, how I would have handled things like far as like building myself. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, if that's what episode you want to do, but I'm not putting my personals out there, man. I don't feel
I'm
comfortable.
not putting this has nothing about
I'm
putting no
not
person.
putting nobody back down my memory lane. I'm not. I'm not doing that.
I'm not putting no persons up there. If I put some persons up there, then you know what I mean. We have a whole different problem by that. You see what I'm saying?
That shit is dark, fam. And
Yeah, we have a whole different problem if I put some persons up there.
I can't do that. But all in all, man, like we gotta just use this to begin
Yeah.
a thought, a conversation. Yes. You know, that's all I want to do. I don't want to dive into, too much because like
no, I get it.
Everybody got
get it, but I'm not trying to dive into anything at all. What I'm trying to say is how like, you know what I mean? People don't like, it takes a lot to get to the people don't understand that it takes a lot for you to make bad decisions. You see what I'm saying? It takes a lot.
But at the end of the day, everything's experience, bro. So it's like if you don't trip and fall and break your leg,
and that's fine. But if you can sit up there and give somebody a cheat code or something like that, like for instance, I got so many little brothers to me. If I can get them a cheat code in life, I would get that motherfucker up quick as shit. I mean, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's gonna be like they still gonna have their own pitfalls.
Yeah, they're gonna have their own, but 9 times out of 10, they're gonna go through similar situations. And my brother is going through a similar situation.
Yeah, but is he listening to you now? No.
In a way.
No. That's what I'm saying. It's like this is all subjective. People have to choose to listen, man. And that's why I just said earlier. We have to choose to come together as Black men. We have to choose to do it because it's not going to be like in school when they told you sit down and get in line. Nobody's going to be there to check it. So that's what I'm saying. Like people, when we talk about these things, I just want to be careful because I don't want to go into my personal bias about how I feel about things. Because at the end of the day, I'm just trying to look at everything from a surface level.
Yeah, we all do, but
give them everybody play fair playing field because everybody comes with different backgrounds, different, cultures. And so just like for instance, in the Eastern culture, how women are arranged in marriage, their whole perception of what we saying right now might be completely different. Because in their mind, well, shit, I don't even have a choice, nigga. So what y'all talking about? I might be forced to marry a 50-year-old man that's limp, and I gotta have his kids and a whole bunch of other shit. That's
now I'm 20.
They were doing that shit, and I don't know if they still doing it now, but I know back in like the samurai days and shit like that, niggas was 6 years old get like a fucking 15-year-old wife, bro. That shit was customary. So if they was the hill we talking about, their perception might be different. Whole different thing. And I know we only talking about American culture, Black household, but I'm just saying, like, I'm also aware that our audience can span to different cultures. So I still want to keep it broad enough where they can understand that we talking about this from an analytical, just standing back and looking at what we seeing, and not in our personal bias and our personal feelings about
anything
that's happened to me, and that like hold on, because then we're not dealing with the arena of people.
Right.
You know what I mean? We want to just deal with it. That's why I said, like, with this, I just want the homies to take something from this, to start thinking a little differently. Maybe, maybe if we can open some minds up to a different idea. If they would like to have a different idea, because I know some of them go, man, fuck that, man. I'm fucking bitches. I ain't trying to hear that shit. Fuck you, man. I ain't tripping on none of that shit. I got 4 big months still out here moving, nigga. I don't care. That shit don't affect me, nigga. So I'm just telling you, hey, to each his own. You know what I mean? Everybody part they gotta play. But I just wanna bring some light to the fact that it's some things that we see, and as men we gotta speak on, because we don't get to say a lot, because the way we do get bashed and the way that they publicize us and that we're mean and all this other stuff, and that we do have feelings, we do think about shit. We got brains. We're not just fucking dogs running around biting and fucking. You know what I mean? We are thinking. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing. Like I want to try to open that space for our women to understand that too. It's some of us that are thinking.
Mm-hmm.
It's not fucking something like that. Some of these biases, stereotypes be. Y'all niggas just want this, and niggas just want that. That's another importance of this. We want to open that up, so it's not this thing no more of, you know, maybe if they could listen to what we saying, they could start saying, damn, some of them think. So that way they can maybe identify better. Okay, I heard that. This motherfucker over here would never say something like that. So now I'm starting to realize I ain't fucking with the right nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Dumbass motherfucking PlayStation 5 playing motherfucker that just worry about tennis shoes and the shit he's seeing videos. So that way to bring some light to that too. That's what this is about for me. Is just like I want to open that up to whereas some of us are thinking, and the other men that are thinking or want to begin to start to think otherwise, and they may be peer pressured by their homies or whatever, what they see, and think that it's not okay to have feelings or not want to be with somebody or not. You understand what I'm saying? Want to be with your family and be with your kids and your baby mama. Other than that, I'm good, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's it, man. I really don't have much to say, man. We're going to have to do a part 2 to this, man. Because I know we wouldn't.
Yeah, man. By the way, I just want to shout, y'all stop past this Tefani boutique joint.
Oh, Tefani, man. Shout out to Tefani, man. We all love you, man. You doing very good, man. Stop past Tefani boutique. You got one in Atlanta. And see one down.
I'm not bashing none of y'all on no nut shit. You know what I mean? I still love y'all, but that's my sis, man. So y'all go.
Man, that's my man, bro. Like, we went to college together, man. That's my man. She already know what it is, man. I got a lot of respect for Tefani, man. Shout out to her, man. That's the sis right there, man.
I love it.
Also, man, her ass took me to school a couple of times too. It was
happening to personals, man. Done. All right. Apple Podcasts.
Not in a bad way. Like, like
come on, bro.
Yeah.
Do that. These are podcasts.
You took me to both.
Patreon. Man, y'all go support that, bro. Bro, he trying to. I'm not doing this on the show, bro. I'm ending the show. That's it. You got any last remarks?
Last remarks is, man, y'all niggas focus on yourselves, man. And that's all I'm gonna say. Like, you know what I mean? Ask like everybody out here, man. It's not for you, man. You gotta accept that. It could be a relationship, it could be your friend, it could be a cousin, it could be a family member, or it could be just a job. Everything for you. Everything's not for you, man. And you gotta realize, figure out, like, you know, what you want in life. What do you want to be? What you want to do?
There you go.
And again, thank you, Tiffany, for taking me to school when I had no ride.
Oh, damn.
Man.
Oh, God.
Man.
Come on, man.
That was my man. She used to take me to school when I had no ride, bro. Yeah.
Niggas, man.
And
stay alive, man. And get to the business, get the triggers, man. Just, let's do something, man.
Remember the zebra cake?
I'm out, bro. You got